A phone glows in the dark, and suddenly that one awkward line from earlier feels enormous.
That's exactly the trap. At night, the background noise drops away, so unfinished social mistakes seem louder.
Exactly, Leo. Like sending a slightly too blunt text, then staring at the ceiling and rewriting it in your head.
That's the key distinction, Maya. You may remember the text almost verbatim, but relive the embarrassment itself much more vividly.
That's plausible, Leo. But could this just be insomnia making everything feel more negative rather than a special night embarrassment effect? What evidence would separate those two?
Good question, Nina. The cleanest distinction I've found is a karaoke reactivation study. Sleep and wakefulness were compared over 12 hours, with both blushing and self-ratings measured.
That's the useful part, Arthur. Sleep may calm the body's blush, but the memory itself is still there.
Yes, and one leading model is that during REM and other sleep stages, the brain may replay emotional material while stress chemistry is lower.
That's useful, Leo, but I'm still wondering, is the louder shame mostly from fewer distractions, from being tired, or both?
Nina, yes. Quiet and fatigue can absolutely make mind-wandering more likely.
Arthur, that really helps. And honestly, it's so universal. You're about to sleep.
Exactly, Maya. Right when the day gets quiet, the brain may be updating the memory, flagging social risk, or just keeping unresolved material
Hold on,
active.
Leo. If that's everyone, what turns an ordinary memory into a sticky one, instead of just background chatter?
Nina, stress, insomnia, anxiety, and heavier emotional load can all make ruminations stickier. They raise the odds, but they're not destiny.
That's the useful caveat, Arthur. Picture someone lying down, remembering a cringe, then mentally rewriting the scene. Our brain often mistakes rehearsal for problem solving.
Maya, that replay can dull the sting a little, but if the brain never reaches a resolution,
That sounds less like a sleep flaw, Leo, and more like a normal brain habit going offline at the wrong time.
The important distinction is that a common pattern is not automatically a universal rule.
That's the perfect guardrail, Arthur. For most of us, the nighttime cringe is just quiet fatigue.
that's the careful point, Maya. Sleep may soften the emotional punch while leaving the story intact, so the cringe stays memorable without feeling as sharp later.
That's plausible, Leo, but I don't think every midnight replay needs a biochemical headline.
Agreed, Nina. The clean bottom line is, sleep can reduce emotional reactivity in some contexts, but it is not a universal cure or the whole explanation.
Exactly, Arthur. A useful distinction is between emotional amplification and memory retrieval. Nights may make the feeling louder, even when the facts are unchanged. Right. And that's why a tiny bedside reset helps. Name the memory.
Name it, then park it. Social blunder, not crisis.
That label is perfect, Nina. Short, humane, and non-dramatic. Exactly, Nina. Then write one next step note for tomorrow, not tonight.
Useful distinction, Maya, if the note is tiny.
Arthur, yes, tiny is the trick. One line like, I'll revisit this tomorrow. That line works, Arthur. Plus, dimmer lights and less phone scrolling can calm.
Yes, Maya. Low light and one saved note can break the loop.
Exactly, Leo. A 10-second breathing count can make that note stick. That breath count is a smart anchor, especially if you exhale longer.
Good point, Maya. How about pairing that exhale with one sentence?
I'll handle this tomorrow. That sentence works beautifully, Nina. Add a glass of water nearby. Small, practical.
Useful, Maya. Water helps as a reset cue. What's the smallest note you'd...
Arthur, the smallest note is one line. Tomorrow at 10, I'll reply.
Maya, that's concrete and believable. What task would you pair with thing?
Leo, Pair it with one calm task, like setting out water. How would you answer this question? Why do embarrassing memories return at night? Thanks for watching Nobody Agrees. See you in the next episode.